Now in chapter 8, we skip part 1, but I gave you some background information on sets. We're going to take a look now at topic 2, Venn diagrams and operations with sets. So set A is this. The universe looks like our alphabet, and we're asked to find A complement. So as was mentioned, you want to have a strategy for doing things like this. So again, the universe in a Venn diagram would be everything that is in your sample space. And then this would be set A, and it would contain these elements. So what would be left outside that's in the universe that's not an A would be A complement. Now the protocol would be to use a brace, and these are available from the toolkit, and then you start listing off those that are in set A. So J, I'd put a slash through that, A, C, K, P, O, and T. And then you would take time now to list all the elements. And I probably wouldn't put this there until I get it all filled in. Then I would put that one. Again, it's a set, and you indicate sets by using the braces. All right, so that's a sort of an easy one if you know the basics of sets and their illustration. For number 2, we're asked to look at this and then pick out which set of Venn diagrams represents this. So the universe consists of all geographical features. Then which Venn diagram represents the two sets? Bodies of water and then oceans. Well, which would be the larger? Bodies of water, oceans? And I believe the answer would be bodies of water, because that would contain oceans. So then you go to match up your diagrams, and it looks like this one here. Because oceans would be a subset of bodies of water. All right, let's go on. Now, for number 3, what are they asking? They're asking us to find the intersection of set A with set B. And again, write it in roster notation in here. So you look to see which elements are found in both sets. So take a moment, see what you come up with, and then we'll go over it. So we have 2s, we have 4s, 6, and 8. Now, the others are not found, so you would write this then as 2, 4, 6, 8, and then close it with your brace. Now, one time I had put a comma after the 8 when I was putting it into the software. It was right, except I put a comma there. They counted it wrong. So again, be careful and know the technique. Now, this is going to be something extra. So over to the side, draw a Venn diagram, and then put two overlapping circles and illustrate now via a Venn diagram this, A intersecting with B, and take a moment for that. Now again, if we had our whiteboards, you'd be drawing this on the whiteboard and holding it up so I could see it. So that's one thing we're passing up at this stage. Okay, so you would just list them here, 2, 4, 6, 8. And that's all you would put. Now, if you put the other elements in either set A or B, you would not be diagramming the Venn diagram representing this. All right, let's go on. As we look at number 4, take a moment to read it. Now, again, here we have a universe that would be made up of all of the students. Now, A are those who play a musical instrument. B are those who are in the choir. And then what would these three students represent? Well, these are the ones who play an instrument and sing in the choir. So listing them down here, put a circle around there, circle around there, or you can darken it, and Tina. Now, of this group of students, which only play a musical instrument? Well, that would be this group. Or only sing in the choir? That would be this group. How about if they asked you to do this? A union with B. Then you would list all of the names. Right now, they're asking A intersecting with B. You want to become familiar with the symbolism we use in set operations. All right, take a moment to read number 5. Again, you want to determine what they are asking. And A, the set of students who have a tablet. B, the set of students who have a graphing calculator. Determine now how many students have a tablet and a graphing calculator. So what are they asking here? Well, it's the number of individuals meeting the question that they're asking, and that's the cardinal number. So this is a numerical evaluation. But basically, we're asking for A intersecting with B. That is, they have both. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So your answer would be there are 4 individuals. And if you're not sure of something, now other questions that might be asked here is, how many individuals are in the universe? So you would have to count them all. How many are only in A? That would be 2. Only in B? That would be 3. How many individuals are in set A? That would be a combination of these 2 plus these 4 would be 6. how many individuals in group or in set B? 3 plus 4 would be 7. But notice you have to be careful when they're asking how many are if you had union of set A and set B. So we had said here there were 6 in A and 7 in B. So are they a total of 13 in the union? And the answer would be no, because if you said 13, you're counting these twice. So there's only 9 altogether in the union. So you have to be careful as to what they're asking as to what your answers are. All right, let's go on. Now for this is actually number 6. It's on the other page. They're asking us here to find T complement. So here's our example, set up as a Venn diagram. These elements are in set S, these are in set T. These are what are left in the universe. But what do we need to do? What strategy to find out what T complement would be? Well, in a case like this, I would suggest you write the universe up here. So take a moment to do that, and I will do that also. Now, what I did also is put them in order, which is a technique we're going to use a little later on in another lesson. In fact, our last lesson where we have to put things in order. And now we cross off from this list those elements of T. And I'll change colors here. So we're going to do 6, 15, 22, 48, and 50. So once we've defined the universe, we take out the members of T, and then what's left here, and we use a brace, 3, 16, 18, 30, 36, 40, 42, and notice I got carried away. I put a comma there. So I'm going to go back and take that comma away. And then I would, if I were a student, check my work. And I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. And then I got it right because just one number off, and of course it's wrong. So it's good to check that. Now, let's have another review item here. This is set S. This is set T. What word might we use to describe what we see here in terms of set S and set T? Starts with a D, and it would be disjoint. These sets are disjoint. That is, they're not connecting. Okay, let's go on. Now, for number 7, as I first read it, it says A and B, use your knowledge to determine which one of the following numbers is not in the union of A and B. Well, a union of it would include all of these numbers. So as you look, 21, that's there. 25. Now there's a negative 25, but there's no positive 25. So this would be the answer. So when I originally looked at it, I didn't quite pick up on the 25 here. I saw it there, but this is positive, that's negative. So there is no positive 25. Otherwise, it would have been none of the above if this were a negative. So that one's a little tricky, and just be careful. All right, for this last one, we'll give you some time. See if you can read what they're asking you to do, and then put it in this box in roster notation. So set A is 1 through 8, so I just put 1 through 8, and then picked up on B things that weren't already included, because you only write set members once. If there's a repeat, you don't repeat it in roster notation. Okay, we'll keep this one a little short.